Thank you for joining me here this morning. The time is now 10:40 a.m. Central, 11:40 a.m. Eastern, and you have a live look at a major lake effect winter storm currently across portions of Lake Ontario and Lake Erie. Right now, we are seeing damaging wind gusts up to 60 miles an hour in portions of interior New England, but also some very heavy snow across portions of the Great Lakes region. Right now, we've got heavy to extreme snow falling in Buffalo, New York, Rochester, New York, and even stretching back into portions of Ohio and Pennsylvania here. If we take a look at these lake effect snow warnings, we can see that for portions of upstate New York, we are expecting several feet of snow. Yes, feet of snow to be possible once everything is said and done. And these lake effect snow warnings are about to expire, so we will see them get reissued here in a couple of seconds, and we will see what the National Weather Service is now thinking about this event. We've also got ourselves a big-time damaging wind event ongoing in the inland portions of New England, as we mentioned. Right now, we've already got several thousand customers in Binghamton County without power. If we turn off wind advisories here, we can see that we've actually got that number tracking over 2,000 now in Binghamton County, technically known as Broome County, I suppose, but again, significant damaging winds today across portions of New England, as well as very heavy snowfall, is what we're going to be covering for the most part. However, there is something that we do need to talk about. Obviously, we are expecting a major winter storm next week, and that will be something that we discuss later in this stream. But we have a Day 5 slight risk of severe weather already issued for portions of East Texas, Louisiana, West Mississippi, and southern Arkansas, and this could promote a damaging wind, large hail, and maybe even an isolated tornado threat on the 5th of January. So we've got ourselves a long stream of coverage ahead of us. I hope you guys will join me here for the ride. I appreciate all support on the channel in 2024. This is our first stream of 2025, and I hope that you guys do enjoy this stream and several streams to come in the future. I really think that 2025 is going to be a big year for this channel, so I really appreciate that. What's up, Mr. Storm? What's up, Max? What's up, Kevin, Peachy, the McCormick family? I don't think the thing is freezing up on my end, so I think that may just be a Wi-Fi issue or something. But again, right now we've got ourselves some heavy snow falling across portions of upstate New York, back into northwestern Pennsylvania and northeastern Ohio, really everywhere from Cleveland, Ohio, back up towards the New York-Canada border there. We've got heavy snow falling outside of our lake effect snow regions, just admittedly not nearly as much, but we do have some winter storm warnings in effect for parts of northern Vermont here. In the mountainous regions, we are talking about 6 to 14 inches of snow and some 45-mile-an-hour wind gusts as well that could knock out isolated power. Okay, so the subscriber goal for today is 3,200, so if you've not already, feel free to click that subscribe button. We do this every day for areas all across the country, and in 2024, we provided hundreds of hours of severe weather, winter storm, and hurricane coverage for everybody in the impact zones, and we plan to do the exact same, but even on a higher scale in 2025. I really think that I want to grind out YouTube this year. Very excited for what's to come, and again, I hope you guys will join me for the ride. I think that this is going to be by far our best year on YouTube that we have had. Again, our sub goal for this year is going to be 10,000 in total. So we've done the calculations, and I've kind of set out a good goal for us to hit around by the end of every month. Again, if we want to reach 10,000 subscribers on time, again, preferably today we would get to 3,200, but we'll see what happens. So anyways, let me go ahead and get this stream out here so that everybody knows what's going on. Yes, I always used to do in the middle of my sentences in my old videos. It was very noticeable. But yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy all the content that we put out in 2024. Again, this is the first stream of 2025. Again, today we're going to be talking about the upcoming winter storm and tornado outbreak potential, as well as our ongoing winter storm in portions of upstate New York. Just give me just a second. Alrighty. So, thank you to whoever just subscribed. We're now at 3,155 subscribers, only 45 away from our goal for today. Again, make sure to subscribe if you've not already. Alright. So, how is everybody doing on this fine Wednesday morning? Again, I'm very excited to get started off with the new year here. New year here, jeez. Alrighty. So again, thank you everybody for joining. Again, feel free to share this with a friend if you know anybody out here in New England. Again, we're going to be covering this event for a good chunk of the day. And again, we're also going to be forecasting for that big-time winter storm, but also severe weather outbreak down into portions of Dixie Alley. What's up, Storm Chaser 575? Again, on what looks to be, I think this is Sunday here, we could be talking about a significant threat for damaging winds, large hail, and again, maybe even a couple of tornadoes across portions of Arkansas, Louisiana, Texas, and Mississippi here. This is a very similar outlook to our moderate risk that we had just a few days back. Obviously, nowhere nearly as intense, but still something to note because Day 5 slight risks are not typically issued in January unless the Storm Prediction Center has a high confidence that a widespread severe weather outbreak will occur over that region. Doing okay. Your grandma's surgery scheduled for the next few days, but today no surgery. She's just in a regular hospital room, but doing better. Thanks for asking. Yeah, I hope she's doing alright. Saw a nice spider lightning last night. Nice. That's an awesome way to end 2024. Happy New Year's, Mr. Twister. Hi, Davis from Middle Tennessee. So Middle Tennessee is actually going to be an interesting spot because you could actually end up being right in between our rain-snow line and potentially end up seeing some significant ice accumulations from this winter storm. If we go ahead and bring this up on your screen here, we'll take a look at the GFS model here to forecast this. We'll pull up the precipitation type forecast. We can see that we are expecting a threat for snow, but also mostly rain and thunderstorms across portions of Tennessee whenever we go ahead and get out to our winter storm here. Again, it's going to travel across portions of Kansas and Missouri as mostly an ice storm in the central parts of the state. North of that line will obviously be snow. South of it will be some rain and, again, even some thunderstorms down into Dixie Alley. But Middle Tennessee, again, will be very interesting here. Nashville is going to be right in between our rain and snow line and likely is going to pick up some brief freezing rain accumulation from this event. But I would say, for the most part, that line actually does stay further to the north into parts of southeastern Missouri, southern Illinois, and kind of central Kentucky there. But again, this will push eastward and bring some potential heavy snow and ice accumulations to the mid-Atlantic region, southern New England, stuff like that. Again, the forecasting for this event has shifted several times within the past few days even. But for right now, this is looking like it's mostly going to be kind of a Missouri-Illinois thing. But here's something to note that I was not expecting on the new run of the GFS. Take this all with a grain of salt. This is forecasting over 200 hours out on the GFS model here. But something very interesting to note is that there is currently a forecasted area of up to 20 inches of snow in Georgia.
Increase your profit and work less time.
Okay, that was loud. 20 inches of snow in Georgia. I don't know if you guys are aware, but that does not really happen at all. Again, this is forecasting.
In just minutes.
Gosh dang it. Again, we are forecasting very far out for this, so take this all with a grain of salt. This is forecasting well over 200 hours out here. But what you should take away from this is that the GFS has been picking up on a signal for a deep south winter storm because this Arctic blast is going to be so significant. So while it may not be 20 inches of snow that you see, and it may not be focused totally on Georgia and South Carolina, we are definitely going to see a big-time winter storm at some point after our Midwestern winter storm. Speaking of which, right now the forecasted amount of snow has kind of put itself on a downward trend on the most recent GFS run. We can see that we're expecting a little over a foot of snow for the St. Louis area. Jefferson City could pick up on a foot and a half of snow. Kansas City, Missouri here would pick up on about 9 or 10 inches of snow if this were to play out. Areas like Champaign, Illinois would get about half a foot of snow. Areas like Chicago would get just only a few inches, really. Again, the bullseye still being on parts of east central Missouri and southwestern Illinois there. So let me get chat back up. Sorry about that. So again, how's everybody doing on this beautiful 2025 morning? Please go to Central Indiana. Yeah, so Central Indiana could be a hotspot for this event. Not exactly the main area that we'd be watching for significant snow totals, but I do think that you could pick up on a decent amount. If we go and switch things over to the total snowfall map here on Radar Omega, we go ahead and play this out here. If it would like to load, that would be spectacular. There we go. Again, we can see that we are expecting a widespread swath of, say, a foot or more of snow across portions of Missouri, Illinois, and even Indiana here. but central Indiana around Indianapolis would likely pick up a good 7 or 8 inches of snow from this event. And then areas like upstate New York, we're going to see several winter storms move by this region. And again, obviously that is going to promote a big-time lake effect snow event here for areas like Utica. So a good few feet of snow is going to be possible in upstate New York over the next couple of weeks. GFS has a 971 millibar storm going towards parts of France on January 5th and 6th. Wow. The GFS has also liked a signal for a coastal storm here, and I believe that's kind of what it's picking up on the most recent run here. We're not quite at that point yet, but it is likely going to show us some significant snowfall totals in New England by the end of this run. But again, the craziest thing here is just the snow totals in the Deep South. Again, this is one run. Take it all with a grain of salt. You want snow? Yeah, I feel that. But 20 inches of snow in Texas, even a GFS signal picking up that is significant. That does not happen often. Parts of Mississippi and Louisiana are picking up on a signal of 1 foot to 1.5 foot of snow. Montgomery, Alabama is going to be getting over 1 foot of snow if this were to play out. Again, areas in Georgia would be approaching 2 feet of snow in localized regions. Same thing with localized areas of South Carolina. Again, not going to happen, but it would be quite funny if it did. Obviously, take it with a grain of salt, but it's kind of crazy because even forecasting some snow in my area of Dublin, which is wild. Yeah, how much snow do y'all see in Ireland over there? How much for you? Not nearly as much as some of our other areas here. In fact, if you do get any, it would be from a separate system here. But if we play things out, yeah, not really a whole lot of snow in the Denver metro area. Probably not any in the foreseeable future. That's crazy, Kevin. Anyways, let's zoom back in here on parts of upstate New York. We don't really get significant snowstorms here, but we do get the odd decent total. Nice. Yeah, this will be the biggest winter storm that the Midwest has seen in years. It has been several years since even parts of Missouri have picked up on 1 foot to 2 feet of snow, which is looking more and more likely as we go forward with this event forecasting. Again, the threat has once again shifted northwards, that this looks like a mid-Mississippi Valley / Ohio River Valley type thing. Again, the Ohio River will likely pick up on significant ice accumulations, and the Mississippi Valley will likely pick up on some heavy snow accumulations. Again, that being the mid and upper Mississippi Valleys. Again, I really think the bullseye will be Missouri no matter what, though, for snow accumulation, that is. I'd say GFS is being controlled by... It's crazy. Making a time-lapse of every day one SBC outlook of 2024. I actually saw a video like that already. Just came to join in real quick. I gotta go. Alright, see you later, Gooseman. Thank you for tuning in. But yeah, I already saw a video like that, actually. It's crazy how many moderate risk days we had this year. We only had one high risk, obviously, May 6th, but the moderate risk days, I mean, we had on average about 1 per month this year, which is not typical in any way. I did everything up to January 18th, then I went to bed last night. Wait for 2024. Yeah, somebody already had 2024 one. I guess they started saving them up at the beginning of the year. It's the guy that does it every year. He makes spectacular time lapses. So again, things are just barely cold enough here in parts of upstate New York to make this be snow. Again, it was very close to being a big-time rain event, but temperatures right now sitting in the mid-30s for areas like Watertown, New York. Again, that's one of the areas that's going to pick up on very significant snow totals, potentially up to a couple of feet. Rochester, New York is honestly probably a bit too warm to see a totally full-on snow event. Keep in mind, even if this were to happen, all it did see was snow, it would likely melt pretty quickly because our temperatures are well above freezing at this point. Again, we're talking about temperatures in the high 30s here in parts of southwestern New York, and back into parts of Pennsylvania and Ohio. It's really the same story. I mean, parts of northeastern Ohio here, your temperatures are sitting close to 40 even in downtown Cleveland. So, again, snow will be those wet, big, fat, thick snowflakes that don't really accumulate well, so you don't have to worry about too many travel impacts likely. Again, they will be significant, but not nearly as significant as some of the big-time lake effect snow events that you had last year. However, I will say this is one heck of a way to kick off 2025 with multiple feet of snow in upstate New York. Crazy. Yeah, every day in May was a slight risk or higher. Most of them were enhanced risks or higher. May was really the month where this year shined. Again, April was pretty big, but that was really only towards the last few days. October was big due to hurricane season. But, I mean, if nothing else, May was really the month of 2024 for severe weather. Yeah, I mean, you can do it again. So again, if you've not already, make sure to click that like button and subscribe. Let's see if we can hit 50 likes this stream. That would be greatly appreciated. I will say, while there were very active periods of 2024, obviously, there were also periods where we did not have a lot of risks. A lot of stretches of kind of the fall were mostly general thunderstorm risks or nothing even, especially in September. September was probably the least active month for severe weather this year, and, typically you'd say, well, January or February, but no, January had big-time severe weather and tornado outbreaks in the southeast, and February actually had significant tornadoes in Wisconsin and another Midwestern outbreak. So, again, really the least active month of the year was probably sometime in the fall, likely September, maybe November. October obviously had Milton, but... Yeah, I was in Michigan whenever Beryl hit, so that really got me fuming because I couldn't go live for that. I was watching that all go out on radar, and I was so mad that I couldn't go live because that was like the biggest outbreak since May, or maybe even the April 27th outbreak at the time. I'm talking April 27th, 2024, by the way, not 2011. Yeah, none of them got extremely close to me. I was watching them the whole time, but, yeah. I did get hit by some of the remnants while I was in Michigan, so that was fun. Thank you to whoever just subscribed. We are now only 44 subscribers away from our goal for today. If you have not already, make sure to click that sub button. We do this every day for areas all across the country. We cover winter storms, hurricanes, and tornado outbreaks, and 2025 will be the year with our most coverage yet. What's up, Indiana? How's it going? Good to see you back in here once again. Didn't go live when you were 1? What? Oh, you're talking about April 27th. Yeah, no, unfortunately, I was busy on April 27th, 2011, being a toddler. So I couldn't go live for that event. Sorry about that. Same reason I couldn't go live for the March 18th, 1925 Tri-State Tornado. Sorry, I was busy not being born yet. We did do a documentary on it, though. Which, by the way, I think a lot of people missed that video. So if you haven't already, feel free to check that one out if you are interested in the more documentary-style videos that I've been dabbling in recently. Again, I mean, it takes like 2 hours to make a 10-minute video like that. And it takes about an hour to make a 5-minute video like that. We do have a new video dropping today at noon. It's a start of a new series once again, so make sure to check that out. It's a little bit of a clickbaity title and thumbnail, but you'll understand once you watch the video. Low temp for my town is 5 degrees on Thursday. Yeah, it's going to be like that for a good chunk of the Midwest, especially the upper Midwest. I'm very concerned about dangerously cold temperatures, actually. If we take a look at the temperature forecast, these aren't even the wind chills, guys. The wind chills are going to be much more significant, but we've already got temperatures well below zero in the parts of North Dakota and Montana here, but that's just going to spill even further south. Look at this. As we go into our big-time Arctic blast here, the one that will bring our winter storm with it, I mean, look at this, guys. We're going to be talking about sub-zero temperatures all the way down towards some of our more populated regions of North Dakota and Minnesota even, and again, these are only temperatures. Wind chills will be much worse. We are talking on the morning of the 4th, we're going to be getting down with temperatures around negative 25 in North Dakota. Wind chills will be much lower, but temperatures at negative 25 degrees does not happen often, even in North Dakota. This is also the point where things are going to go nuts in the deep south. We're going to have well below freezing temperatures all the way into like parts of Georgia and Alabama. Areas in North Carolina are going to get down into the single digits, even likely in the Appalachian regions. Areas like Nashville, Tennessee will be in the 20s, which again is not typical even for January. Areas like, say, Minneapolis, St. Paul will be in the single digits, and again, wind chills well below zero. It is going to be nuts, guys. It really is. New York City is not going to be incredibly cool, but it will be below freezing, which is slightly below average. Yeah, I don't understand the comments being disabled thing. I guess they updated the terms and conditions or whatever of YouTube, but nothing I can do about that, unfortunately. As far as I'm aware, that's not the case. Let me know. And on the 7th, again, that second outbreak of Arctic air occurs, and it gets even worse. Sub-zero temperatures in parts of Missouri and Illinois. Not wind chills, sub-zero temperatures. Again, it's not uncommon for this time of year to see sub-zero wind chills in this area, but sub-zero temperatures does not happen often. Peachy, that's crazy. And that's only going to continue. Again, we're expecting multiple massive Arctic blasts. Again, this is right centered over the Ohio Valley, this one. Look at this. This is Kentucky. We're talking about below negative 10 degrees. Again, not wind chills, temperatures. And again, this looks like a pattern that's going to last us for quite a while. And again, it's January, so that bitter cold is only going to be worse than it usually would be. Again, especially for the Ohio Valley, the Southeast, and the Northern Plains. We're getting -2 for lows in portions of Kentucky. Yeah, and those are just temperatures. Again, once you factor in those wind chills, it will be much worse. Again, we will see cold weather advisories and maybe even extreme cold warnings be issued for a lot of areas for the first time. So, again, that will be extremely significant. But yeah. Alrighty. Might have never been disabled, but I haven't used my face. Yeah. Yeah, it also gets chat disabled a good chunk of the time, which is quite annoying. Yeah, welcome to January, except for it's even worse this year. Again, we have been in such a long streak of above average temperatures for most of the country that it's only going to make this Arctic blast feel even worse. And again, this looks like it's going to be a pattern that lasts us throughout the entire month of January here, and maybe even into early February. I mean, look at this, guys. All those light blue shades are sub-zero temperatures. We've got some in New York, Pennsylvania, West Virginia. We've got another splotch here in the parts of Kentucky, Indiana, Illinois, Iowa, Missouri, Wisconsin, Minnesota, North Dakota. We've got another splotch back here in the Rockies, areas of Colorado and Wyoming, parts of Montana, Idaho, Wyoming. It is going to be insane. We're going to be talking about near freezing temperatures in the Gulf of Mexico, which just does not happen ever. Not at all. Areas in Florida will be getting down into the 20s. Unbelievable stuff. Again, the entire country will be below average likely at a point. Dallas-Fort Worth will be in the 20s. That's crazy. Tulsa will be in the 20s, maybe the teens. Areas like Toronto are going to be horrible, miserable. And especially areas in the mountainous regions. In your opinion, how much snow will fall around St. Louis? Yeah, so again, St. Louis will likely be around a foot or maybe a foot and a half. Again, that would be a long-lasting snow event. It's not so much that it's going to be a big burst of heavy snow at once. It's just that it's going to be a very long-lasting period of moderate to heavy snowfall. But if we take a look at this here, watch this play out. So if we can go ahead and load the GFS run here, if we play this out, we can see we are expecting heavy snow, obviously, to develop here with heavy sleet as well across parts of Kansas. But it starts to reach St. Louis at, say, around the 5th, the morning of the 5th, with some light snow. After that, snow gets much, much heavier. and continues to impact the St. Louis Metro basically the whole time. You really don't see much rain at all in St. Louis. You may see a little bit of freezing rain or sleet, but for the most part, it is going to be snow. And after all that is said and done, that is going to rack up those totals significantly. Again, St. Louis downtown will be seeing about 20 inches of snow according to the newest GFS model guidance here. Areas like Alton, Missouri or Alton, Illinois, rather, would end up seeing about 20 inches. Areas like O'Fallon would end up seeing a good 17, 18 inches. Now, again, this is a big band of snow, but keep in mind, it is localized over a pretty small region. It's basically localized over the Interstate 70 corridor here, over parts of Missouri and Illinois, with the heaviest amount of snow. Again, obviously, if you're not along Interstate 70, you're still going to see some snow, just not nearly as significant. Again, the most intense totals, 1 to 2 feet in parts of Missouri and Illinois right now, in my opinion. Looks like you're not going to see any winter precipitation. Yeah, and that's rough, Weston, because about 48 hours, it looks like you were going to get a lot about 48 hours ago. And guys, this is the kind of snow that will Did you see that? It said negative 457 degree dew points. Anyways, this is the kind of snow that will stick, too. Because of our Arctic blast, it is going to be freezing out, well below freezing even, well below zero in some spots. So that is going to allow this snow to stick for days and days. And again, that's going to be the real problem here, is travel impacts. Again, the Midwest has not seen a winter storm like this in 5 to 10 years, guys. Which is crazy to think about, but it is the truth. Again, areas that have seen snowstorms like this have been the upper Midwest, areas in the plains, the Northeast. But if we are talking pure snow totals, the Ohio Valley has not seen something like this in years. What is with the barbecue chip mean lately? It could shift south. It could. Again, we've seen that trend go from north to south. But as of right now, it's looking like a mid-Mississippi Valley event. Yeah, it's during the winter. That'll be another thing. It will be cold. Unless we see a significant pattern change by early February, which is possible. I'm not going to say it's impossible, but it will likely be very cold for Summit. Again, this pattern looks to stick with us for a very long time, according to the latest model guidance. (18Z) GFS comes out in 1 hour. Yes. Waiting for that next run to come out here. Again, we'll see if it still is thinking kind of a Ohio Valley threat, if it's going to be shifted back down to the southern plains. We'll really just have to wait and see. I don't think the GFS is really correct on this. I think they're overestimating a bit. Maybe some areas are extreme, but not for all. Yeah, and that's kind of what I'm saying. I don't think it'll be a super wide corridor of 2 feet of snow or anything like that. I think it'll be mostly over a pretty set, small region. But I think the areas that do end up seeing a lot of snow, they will see potentially up to record-breaking totals. That's kind of my take on that. You think that it could have shifted south? Are you talking about, like, the next GFS run? By the next GFS run, it will probably show a similar signal to what we have now. It's been kind of going with this trend for the past day or so. But there is always the potential that before the event happens, yeah, it shifts south a little bit. Again, even if you don't end up seeing snow, you could end up seeing some thunderstorms, which obviously wouldn't be quite as exciting as seeing 1 to 2 feet of snow in Tulsa, which does not ever happen. But you could end up seeing some fun weather either way, really. If you have not already, make sure to subscribe. We are trying to get 3,200 subscribers today. We are going to have our biggest year on YouTube thus far in 2025. Again, we're trying to hit 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and to do that, we are going to have to be on the grind here. Again, we're going to be trying to get live streams out every day of 2025, at least when it's necessary. We do this for areas all across the country, so I'd appreciate a sub. You don't have to, it's not required, but it would help me out a lot. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. And either way, though, it'll be some fun weather. GFS has been consistent with the signal across central Missouri and the Midwest, yeah. Again, for a while, though, whenever we were forecasting, say, a few days ago to a week ago, it was all over the place. I mean, at times it was still thinking that this was going to be like a New England thing, and New England would pick up on record-breaking snow totals. Again, there was just so much of a lack in forecasting confidence at the time. By the way, chat, we are now monetized on this channel, so that makes me very happy. Again, thank you guys for making this a possibility. Could not appreciate it more. Again, hopefully this channel continues to grow like never seen before in 2025. But the end of 2024 was crazy. Is the area near Boston getting very cold, possibly any snow? So Boston will likely pick up on some snow at some point in the next couple of weeks. I don't think you'll get a lot from our upcoming system here. If we take a look at the total snowfall outlook here on the GFS model, we can see you're not really going to pick up too much snowfall from our big-time winter storm that we're expecting to roll through the Ohio Valley. We're thinking it's going to stay to the south now and impact the mid-Atlantic region by the time it makes it that far east. But the GFS recently has kind of like the idea of a coastal storm being possible. How it does not show any snow for Boston in the near future. So if you're a snow lover in New England, sorry about that. Hey, we only got 43 subs left. Will we see the Hardee's stream ad? I'm going to try not to litter all my videos with ads. Again, I don't want it to ever make my content unwatchable. But obviously, if I do want this to be a potential career, I will have to add 1 or 2 ads per video. I'm sorry. I'm a horrible person, I know. No, but in all seriousness, no, I'm going to try to make it not a super unpleasant watching experience for the viewer. Mod Squad. That's kind of a good name for it, the Mod Squad. Still got thousands of customers without power in southwestern Mississippi after a widespread massive tornado outbreak ripped through, and by the time those all get restored, we're going to be dealing with another severe weather outbreak, which is just lovely for folks in Mississippi. I'm sure they're very excited about that. Again, Day 5, slight risk of severe weather for portions of west central Mississippi, southeast Arkansas, east central Texas, and northern and central Louisiana. This threat could get upgraded. It also could shift locations. So we'll just have to wait and see. We don't have a ton of forecasting confidence in this event. I'm just going to be honest with you guys. What's up, Sam? I just realized my camera quality is terrible. Oh, wait, no, that's because I have it on, wrong quality. Peachy, I don't think anybody would ever unmod you. You're, like, way too chill. Yeah, we'll talk about that another time. Today, I just want this to be kind of a happy, happy, fun live stream. I don't know how I still remember that meme. That was like 4 years ago. Alrighty. I just realized monetization wasn't even on for streams until now, but I did just turn that on. So, if you get an ad or something, oh boy. Crazy experience. First ever ad on the This Is Weather channel. He violated the community guidelines? That's insane. What did he do? What did bro do? What did he actually do? Yeah, I wasn't there for the entire time. What actually happened, chat? I did not see what happened. I was there for like 5 to 10 minutes, and then I popped out. That's crazy, though. YouTube thought he was a 12-year-old. I mean, I could see it. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. What's up, Jerry? Alright, so lake effect snow warnings have expired for a good chunk of southwestern New York, but still in effect for parts of upstate, and then also northwestern Pennsylvania and northeastern Ohio. Storm Chaser Vince Welty is heading this way. So, I don't know if he's just traveling back home or what, but we shall see. Again, severe weather is not going to be a big thing until, say, the 5th or the 6th, so this channel will probably be somewhat dormant for a while. We're not going to completely stop content, but it may be a few days. Maybe work on some higher quality videos. Maybe we'll focus on that. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed the video we have posting at noon. Take chill streams literally. But yeah, slate risk here for day 5. Currently includes everywhere from the outer Houston suburbs back up towards Pine Bluff, Arkansas, Jackson, Mississippi, Shreveport, Louisiana. Yes, it does include Rolling Fork. It also includes several communities that were hit by our big-time tornado outbreak last week. This is just north of Port Arthur, Texas. It does include Natchez, Mississippi, and Jackson, Mississippi. Those were some hard-hit areas. Again, how's everybody's days out? Ugh, I can't even speak. How is everybody's day going? Again, thank you all for tuning in. If you're not already, make sure to click that subscribe button. We're trying to hit 3,200 subs today. And I feel like I'm being kind of boring right now, but there's not a lot to talk about. Not a lot to discuss. Alrighty. I don't know what happened, so I can't really say anything about it, but... Going to Walmart? Rip. The dreaded Walmart trips. Good to hear, Cookie. Thank you for tuning in. Have any of y'all gotten an ad yet? I'm just curious. If you get an ad, just let me know. Kind of interested. Again, I've never done this, so we'll see. Okay. Let's turn it on to that setting. Okay. Sorry, I'm just setting things up. Nope, I've never had an ad on the Dave Says Weather channel. No ads for me yet. What about Southern Illinois this weekend? What's it looking like? Yeah, so if you're not a snow lover, I've got some bad news for you. It's looking like Southern Illinois could be one of the biggest hotspots in the country for a winter storm here. If we go ahead and play things out on the GFS model, again, the newest run of the GFS, we can take a look at this and see that Southern Illinois down extremely far south could be saved a little bit from the worst of the snow totals, but we are still going to be talking about a significant amount. Areas like Harrisburg could only end up seeing a good few inches. Same thing with Marion and Carbondale. But the further north you go, the worse it gets. Areas like Mount Vernon already getting significant with around a foot. If you go even further north, say Salem, you're talking about well over a foot. And again, the closer you get to St. Louis, the worse it gets. Again, downtown St. Louis could get over 20 inches. Or at least that is the forecast as of right now. New GFS is not out yet, Weston. But yeah, if you're in Southern Illinois and you don't like snow, I would not be looking forward to next week. I worked for Davis says whether he's a fraud. No way. The allegations. 3 subscribers and 0 watch hours enough to get monetized. You got an ad? It was for Amazon. Well, they got a lot of money. I'm kidding. Thank you, though, Mr. Twister. Thank you for letting me know. Again, let me know if they're too frequent. I turned a setting on, and I don't know if they're going to be too frequent or not frequent enough, because I didn't really understand what I turned on. So, we're learning together, chat. Excuse me. That was disgusting. Yeah, you might actually be the first ever person to get an ad on the Davis S. Weather channel. That's insane. It's wild. Like, no joke, is actually crazy. Some of the things we both said is basically picture a COD voice chat in 2010. I don't think you said things quite that bad, if I had to guess. Again, I wasn't there, so I can't speak for you, but I also wasn't there in 2010, but I have seen videos of COD chats. They're not very nice. They say some stuff that might get me banned on YouTube if I were to repeat it. I see that work doing those sit-ups. Yes, sir. Yeah, if you're not aware, if you want to torture me, subscribe, because every subscriber we gain in the month of January, at the end of the month, I am going to be doing 1 sit-up. So, if you want to see me suffer, click that subscribe button. I'm not looking forward to this challenge, because I set this rule for myself before we really had that big blow-up. And now I'm a little worried for what's to come, considering we are already gaining a significant amount of subscribers, and it's the first day. I'm very scared. What's up, Astrid? How's it going? It's been a minute. You got an ad? Thank you. Again, guys, just let me know if there are too many ads. Again, I'm literally the first ever stream I've put on ads on, so. I'm about to go ham in Season 2 of the show. Oh, gosh. I wasn't even there for Season 1. I don't want to be there for Season 2. The Joyce Show. Is that a real thing now? Ads and abs, let's go. Yes, sir. You haven't gotten an ad yet? No ad here yet? That's a good thing. You shouldn't already have an ad. Like, a couple people should, but if everybody's already getting an ad, obviously it's too many, but if it's just, every 10 or 20 minutes, I think that's fine. Refuse to close out and get an ad. Yeah. What is Mr. Storm's sub goal for the end of the year? I think he said 2K, right? Which I think that's a good goal to have. I think he can hit that. Expect that revenue to be stacking. No, that was my goal, Alan. My goal was 10K subs for the end of the year. He's talking about Mr. Storms. But yeah, we're trying to hit 10K subs by the end of the year, which is a very, very high goal, considering we don't even have a third of that yet. But I believe that we can do it. Again, we are going to try and grind out as much content for you guys as possible in the year of 2025. Again, 2024 was obviously incredible, and I can't thank you guys enough for all that support. And I've said that so many times. I know I sound like a broken record, but I really can't. But I do think that 2025 could have the potential to be even bigger. Your goal is to have 1,000 subs by the end of 2025. That's a good goal. You're going for 2,500? Nice. You got an ad read, you went back. Let's go. Again, guys, just let me know if anybody has gotten 2 ads yet. I think that means it's been a little too frequent since I only turned them on about 10 minutes ago. Why did you delete Weston's message? It's crazy. How does YouTube give you ads related to the video? So you can actually choose what kind of ads you get on your videos in the settings. Your goal is 100 by the end of 2025. I think you can do that. I think you could probably get to 200, honestly. Just gotta keep grinding out the content, you know? I don't think 2,500 is stretching it. I think if anything, you should go for 3K. Because you are... So the beginning of my 2024 year, I was at around 600, and we got all the way up to 3,100. So if you're already at over 1,000, I think you could easily get to 3,000. So if you're going for if you're going for 2,500, you got that in the bag. That's not even it, Sam. It's crazy. We're at 1191. We are currently at 3,157. If you're not already, make sure to click that subscribe button. Get your dog to subscribe. Again, every subscriber I gain in the month of January, we are doing 1 sit-up. So, if you want to see me suffer, click that sub button. I'm going to try to do it all in one sitting as well, just to actually make it challenging. Think I'll get 200 by the end of 2025? I think you will, yeah. A good goal is to always go slightly over double your sub count. I think that's kind of a good rule of thumb for no matter how many subs you'll have. Do I think it'll make it 750? I think it's definitely possible. Jerry's dog is here. Let's go. I see the little dog profile picture. It's a W. Jerry, tell your dog to subscribe. Maybe we'll do push-ups for February. Did I actually say it like a pilot? What did I say? No, don't attack Jerry's dog. Jerry's dog is a W. This has gotten really weird really fast. Why do these winter storm coverage streams in particular always end up not winter storm related? When will you be able to super chat? I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to set that up anytime soon. Jerry's dog. Jerry's dog, subscribe. Let's go. What's your guys' New Year's resolution? Let's get those down in the chat. I've got a couple. I would like to get some form of content out every day in 2025, but all in all, I don't really care about that too much. I'd rather get I've said this before, but I'd rather get multiple pieces of content out on important days and nothing on boring days rather than just one every single day. My New Year's resolution is to hope they don't find the body. Alright. It's crazy. Yeah, I saw that one. Usually I don't catch them, but I saw that one. Here's to upload more. Not to get my house slabbed. That might be kind of hard in Alabama. Not to get hit by an EF4. Yeah, that would be a good place to start. Seemed to fail that one in that area last year, but... Bro, why is this so brain rot? I got an ad again. I tried to create an account, but it said I used my phone number too many times. Dude, the brain rot has got to stop. It hurts looking at my own chat. For my ankle to heal, to post more often, find motivation to get out of my bed and not have beef with any doctor. Okay. Jerry's dog has a dog. I don't have a low taper fade. I have nothing like a low taper fade. Anyways. Again, if you're just now tuning in, we are watching a winter storm unfold across portions of the Great Lakes region, specifically over parts of Lake Ontario and Lake Erie. We've got heavy snow falling, accumulating up to a couple of feet, even in some spots of upstate New York, northwestern Pennsylvania, and northeastern Ohio. We're really only talking about this being a snow threat for localized areas. A lot of areas out here are starting to get above freezing today, so as that continues to happen, the snow will continue to diminish. And again, none of it's really going to stick anyways, because really nowhere out here is below 32 degrees. There's some spots that are below 32 degrees higher up in the atmosphere, and that's how we're getting this to be snow, but it will likely not accumulate. Is Georgia going to get snow in the future? It's possible. And GFS has picked up on a signal for some big-time snow events in Georgia soon, so definitely not out of the question that Georgia could see some big-time snows. Not anytime, like, super soon, but in the next couple of weeks, definitely. Yeah, Generation Beta has started. Just think about that for a second. It's crazy. GFS plus southward trend equals Weston happy. The Abbeville guy says that snow is possible for my block. Is hat true, Davis? That hat is true, yes. No, I'm kidding, but yes, it's definitely possible. Again, GFS has had a pretty decent signal for South Carolina. Again, the newest run has a massive amount of snow for South Carolina. This will not play out how it's forecasting right now, but if it were to, this would be insane. Just wait for it. There you go. That would have your region getting close to a foot of snow, 7 inches. And even though Generation Beta started today, realistically, it's going to be another 5 years before the Generation Beta brain rot begins, so we're fine. We're fine for another few years. You know, they're babies right now. What are they going to do? So if you take that out of context, that could sound very bad. I don't know how to answer that with just a yes or no. I would probably say no. It probably won't trend that far southward. Got your second ad? That's weird how some people have already gotten 2 ads and others have not gotten any. What? Alright. If you go to X, you will see, if you go to NWS of Tulsa, says most of northern Oklahoma in hazardous weather conditions on the 6th. I'd love to live in an area that got good snow like that, as long as the generator's good. Yeah. Yeah, that is always a problem. If you get snowed in, don't have any way to receive electricity. Everybody, and I mean everybody in the Deep South, even though we don't even know if a winter storm is going to hit the Deep South yet, within the next few days, everybody is going to the store for milk and bread the second the weatherman on TV says that snow is possible. Every single last person. Excuse me, my fault. 175,000 people have been born today. That's crazy. Yeah, 2025, this is a pretty wild way to start the 2025 year in terms of weather. I mean, feet of snow, that is a big deal, even for areas that are in our lake effect snow region. Sure, you see it a few times every year, but the fact things have been so calm up here until January 1st, maybe that's a sign that 2025 is the year where things will kick off. We're heading out to get supplies for this cold coming? Yeah. It's not really elite airborne. It's out there. First video of 2025 on this channel. Comes out in about 24 minutes. I didn't fart. I legitimately didn't. Okay. Anyways. For everybody that's just now tuning in, we are watching a winter storm unfold across portions of upstate New York, northwestern Pennsylvania, and northeastern Ohio due to lake effect snow bands coming onto shore. Again, a lot of it will not stick because temperatures are above freezing everywhere out here, but they are below freezing higher up in the atmosphere, so that's leading us to fall of snow, but potentially melt as soon as it hits the ground. If you have not already, feel free to subscribe. We do this every day for areas all across the country. In 2024, we provided hundreds of hours of coverage for severe weather, winter storms, and tornadoes. And 2025 looks to be an even bigger year, especially for severe weather, but also hurricane season. So, again, make sure to click that subscribe button with notifications on so you get notified whenever we do go live or post a video. We also do documentaries on historic weather events. Most recently, we talked about the historic Newcastle Moore 2013 wedge tornado. If you've not already checked out that video, feel free to do so. Again, we're trying to hit 3,200 subs today. It's kind of crazy that I got monetized on January 1st, though. That's kind of satisfying. Helps my OCD. See you, Mr. Twister. No way you just put that airborne. I don't, Sam. If anything, it's the exact opposite. Well, no, not like that. Oh, gosh. That just sounded bad. Oh my gosh, dude. What sound? There was no sound. My Snapchat notification? I'm more worried that the rain will freeze because the temperatures for next week will only get into the 20s for highs. It's possible. I mean, at that point, you may honestly just end up seeing snow entirely. No. Oh my gosh, dude, you guys are... My brain. That is insane. Anyways, I don't think it's gonna be able to get me copyright claimed. Dude, that's actually something I have to worry about now. In the past, I've never thought twice about that. Well, bro, I'm ending stream. You guys are saying some wild stuff. I'm kidding, though. We're going to end off here, though. Thank you all for tuning into this live stream. This was the first stream of 2025. If you guys did enjoy, make sure to click that sub button. Again, new video posting today in about 20 minutes, so make sure to check that out. Love you guys, and I will see you all tomorrow.